Hey, welcome back. Good afternoon, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. So yeah, here we are for week 8 already of the NFL2 today from Tampa Bay all the way to New Orleans. It's about a 1 hour and 20-minute flight. 737 Southwest, good old 737. So all good. So, without further ado, I'll jump in the flight deck and get the show on the road. As I said, get the show on the road on the 737-800 today. It's a short flight, so there's not really any need to go and put a 777. So yeah. So, well, we'll start with, like always, possibly put the RS on up there, if I do remember. The flight recorder we can test there like this, that's good. The clacker, stall warning, the emergency lights are already on, so that's good. We'll give some power to the crew in the galley. Test the takeoff config, good. And then do the usual fire tests like this, so that's good. And for the cargo as well. Happy days. Cool. So that's all the little pre-flight checks, just to make sure everything is working in order. We are at Charlie, what's the gate? Charlie 37 today in Tampa. And the weather was actually, there was a little bit of rain when I was sitting up. It's kind of like dried out, but there's definitely a few showers around. That's Florida for you, kind of autumn. It's the weather is changing a little bit, so that's not too bad though. Cool. So we'll jump in the flight deck and look at the FMC. 777 is more easy. Yeah. I mean, I like the 737 as well. You know, from time to time, it's good. So I don't mind it so much. We got 737-800, 26K nav data is still the same 2110. That's valid until the 4th of November. There you go. Then on the POSINIT, we'll enter the origin airport, which is Tampa, Kilo Tango Papa Alpha, and set the RS. So for that, we need to go to the next page, pick up the GPS left position, and set it here. That's this. Cool. After that, we'll do the flight plan request, I guess. So we're gonna have to scroll through all the routes here, which I make available to the subs. Here we are. We'll select this one. Cool. So KTPA to KMSY New Orleans. Fantastic. And the flight plan request is sent. In the meantime, what I could do is have a look at the doors and close those two doors on the right side. That was for the catering. We don't need it anymore. So the route uplink is ready, so I'll load the message, and the route uplink loading message comes up, and we can clear that one as well. Actually, I think I've said it before, but like on the 737, we didn't have the data link, so it was all like kind of manual input. But to kind of simulate the data link here is quite good, because the route is saved, so you just recall the route, and then everything should be in, which is quite convenient, instead of typing everything. So the flight number is the Southwest 1114, and then we've got the route here to Pistol Remis, Yankee 280 to Redfern, and then Quebec 105 to HRV. So that's correct. We'll activate and execute that. Then on the Perfinet, for the moment, I'll enter the reserve, which today on the flight plan is 3.9. I'm sure there was like a closer alternate, but today I put Memphis as the alternate because I have the scenery for it, and Houston, for example, was a little bit foggy, so you don't want to choose an alternate where the weather is not good. And all the other like airports around New Orleans, like for example Baton Rouge, I didn't have the scenery as well for that, so it's a little bit of a far alternate today in Memphis, but hey, that's alright. And Memphis ATC is on. Hey, Nordic Pirate, how you doing? Good afternoon. So to make this one 360. The cruise wind from the flight plan is the top of climb wind, so it's 262 at 53. So I'll enter that. How was your weekend, Nordic Pilot? All good? Transition altitude is 18,000 and the top of climb temperature is -46, so we can change that as well. Is it with / -46? So it's a little bit warmer than what the aircraft thinks, but you are in the tropics, so it's kind of expected. And that's that really. This we can leave. We've got axle height of, I will make it 3,000 here. Because on the 737 we'll use VNAV as well for the takeoff, so. Oh, good, I'm glad. Excellent. A new start of the week, so we are getting ready for some more action. Departure arrival now will do. Let me pick up on the Navigraph there what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go from runway 19 right. So since the first waypoint is, oh no, it's the Dormer, yeah, the Dormer 1 departure. Cool. Here we go. So the Dormer 1. We've got Tampa Bay there, that's good. And, oh, it's actually a radar departure, so 19 right is included in this one. And from 19 right, we climb on heading 187 to 540, then on heading 203, or as assigned by ATC, top altitude 6,000. I can pretend to put 6,000 already. And initially says the heading 187, that makes sense for runway 19. 187, like so. And yeah, so in the FMC we'll pick up runway 19 right, like so, and the Dormer 1. Hey, Air Bernine, good afternoon. How are you doing, sir? And the pistol transition. A sunny UK for once. That's good. So 187 heading is here, 203 vector is there as well. And then we've got some sort of a transition from Sykes here, 3,000 feet above. We go to Dormer. And then there's an even longer section all the way to Pistol. So Sykes, Dormer, Pistol. The FMC is correct. So happy days. That's good. And then it links to the rest of the route. There's no rival, I think, and for the moment in New Orleans, the flight plan was not giving an arrival, so yeah, we'll see. I'll find something to do anyway. Route data, I think we cannot load, and the descent forecast, I think. Oh yeah, we can do the request here. The one that doesn't work is the one on the legs page. That one doesn't work. But here, if we do the wind request, it's gonna give us the different wind. Cool. So far, so good. So here's the uplink. We can clear that and load it. So like always, it gives us a sample of levels here. Excellent. Cool. On this one you can't, I think. Or maybe you can, but every time I'm in to double check it. But yeah, it's one of those things. I've been busy a little bit, like preparing for the cross the pond when I've had like time to do simulator things. So yeah, this is not gonna pick up the wins here. Cool, doesn't matter. We'll leave it here. And yeah, set up the overhead panel first. So up here, like always on the 737, but it's also valid on a lot of other aircraft type, you kind of like go through the panel by column in a sequence, so that at least it gives you like some sort of a structure to go through the panel setup. So up here, actually all we do in this section here is to switch the yaw damper on. The navigation and display switches, we don't really do much with them. I will switch the fuel pumps on, but only in the tanks where there is fuel. So at the moment it's really the main tank. I think there's a tiny bit, yeah, 100 kilos. So at this stage you don't really switch it on because that's not really the procedure. If you have only a limited amount in the center tank here, then at 10,000 feet you can switch it on, just like suck up whatever is there. The fuel pump pressure light will probably come on quite quickly because there's not a lot of fuel, and then switch them off again. So at this stage we just keep the main tanks on. Here, let's make some noise. We'll start the APU. Down here we can put the no smoking sign and the seatbelt sign on. At this stage we can definitely switch on the window heat. The probe heat comes on later on. Anti-ice if required, but it's not required today because once again we are in the tropics, so it's not really gonna be required. We can switch on the hydraulic pumps here. The trim air can come on, and since we started the APU we can switch on the packs, keep the isolation valve open and switch on the APU bleed. Then in the pressurization panel we can set the expected, we'll make it 340, oh well, 36 I guess. And New Orleans, I think it's pretty much at sea level. The elevation 4 feet, so we'll leave it at 0 here in the pressurization panel, and make sure that the mode selector is on auto, so that the pressurization is run automatically. Cool. And that's pretty much it up here. Down here, we'll switch on the flight directors. There's no FS2 cruise, so I've got to do everything myself, just for a change. And the auto brake can come to RTO. We'll make the QNH in inches of mercury. Hold the B function, should be 2997, which is, I think, what I was expecting. 2997, yeah, that's good. We can display the airport here. And that's pretty much it, really. 122.8, Squawk 2000 for VATSIM. We don't really need any radio navigation aids to be tuned, because it's RNAV departure, so no need really. All good. Fantastic. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If I do and you spot it, then let me know. Cool. So let's see with the EFB if we can do some performance here. Oh, now that I've got those Navigraph charts, I'll have to sync that up. Ah. Cool, anyway, that's for another time. Don't have time now. We'll go from KTPA, of course. Runway is 19 right. Ah, but it's not updated. Anyway, we we go 1.8 right then. Condition, we'll take it wet. The wind was 1903, I think. So let's enter this short keyboard. 190 at 3. Yep. Try again. The temperature is 26. Oh, that's nice. Early morning. And altimeter 2997. Thrust rating. Why is the pressure too high? Or maybe need the dot 2997. Yes. We'll try first with takeoff 2. Flap 5. AC is on. We keep the AC on, and AI is off. So let's see how much weight we can lift. Mind you, this one is gonna give us the weight in pounds. Yeah, here we go. Here we go again. The weights in pounds. God. So 150,805 lbs, kilos. Google is our friend. That's 68 tons and 400 kilos. And the takeoff weight will be less than that. So 22k is gonna be good. Excellent. So we can take 22k. And then now I'll enter the actual weight and then do the calculation again with takeoff 2. And then we should get the actual takeoff performance along probably with an assume. But that's the way to do it, is that you try the first you try the smallest takeoff reduction and then work your way up from there if it doesn't work. And if it works, then you put the actual takeoff weight and then see what assumed temperature you can take. So I'll have to do the pounds again. So 66, let's say 66,000 is gonna be 29,937. No, it's the other way around. 66,000 kilos is 145.5. Okay, so takeoff weight 145. 145.5. Yeah, good. Excellent. So it's giving us a flap 5 and assume of 31 degrees. Yeah, it's not too much actually. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Happy days. So what I'll do now, I won't bother with the boarding today. And turn the performance straight away. So we got zero fuel weight of 58.3. And 8 tons of fuel roughly. That gives us a gross weight of 66.3 minus a little bit of taxi fuel that we're gonna burn on the way out. So we should take off around 66 tons. So that's pretty much what was calculated in pounds, 145.5. So that's good, so I can execute that. Then we said 22k here on the D rate, and then we'll take the assumed temperature, which was 31 degrees, like so. And finally, gives us the N1 as well, that's good. And for the takeoff page, we're gonna set flaps 5. Take the CG from PMDG, and then the speeds. Ooh. Oh yeah, here we put wet speed, so it's giving us quite a lower V1. So we'll take the V1 here, 121. We'll assume it's still wet. It rained like about half an hour ago, so it was quite heavy rain. So I'm sure the runway will still be wet. 134 and 142. Big differences there compared to what the FMC is giving us. Cool. Okay. I'll switch that off. Save a couple of, maybe one frame And so we've got the V2 of 142 that set up here. LNAV and nav. Parking, beautiful. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll put the APU on the bus. Get rid of the ground power and all the equipment. So, first of all, close these doors. Close the main entry door. And then we want to get rid of the ground power as well. So, ground services and release the ground power and actually remove the chocks as well. Hey, my PPL, good afternoon. How are you doing, sir? Welcome back. Let's see outside. Yeah, looks good. Cool, everything looks clear, apart from the cones, but I think the cones will go away. So I'm not too concerned about that. Excellent, I like that. Right, so we made conversions between pounds and kilos as well for the performance, which is always a pain. Yeah, I'm doing well, thank you very much. Doing very good. Just had a little bit of time now, so I thought it's a little bit early in the week, but I thought I'll come and do it now because this week is gonna be relatively busy, and so I'm not gonna have too many opportunities to be here. So yeah, I thought I'll do the flight now. I'm quite keen to try to go through the whole thing. As I said before, it's quite an ambitious project to launch myself in this tour and schedule like a flight per week and try to stick to the schedule. To be fair, by now I managed to do every single week, which I initially thought I wouldn't be able to do. So this is going well. So far, so good. How are you doing, sir? How was your weekend? Did you manage to go flying maybe a little bit on the aircraft? Right. Let me remove that bridge. I do if you prepare for push. Yeah, I removed everything. Beautiful. Tampa traffic, Southwest 1114, pushing back from Charlie 37. I don't think it's very busy.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
I don't see anybody on Volanta. I'm not exactly ready for push. We need to switch off these. The packs can come off. The anti-collision light on. The transponder comes to altitude reporting. Parking brake is set. As the before start checklist complete. Oh, you flew to Maubeuge. Fantastic. Oh, cool. What direction? How long is the flight from your base? Where's the map? Oh yeah, we want to push base north, so nose to the right. Here we go.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
As if you were like pushing the aircraft yourself. Let's see if we can get the view right. As if you were like the lady in the... something like that. I mean, the textures are shearing, but fantastic. That's a big baby to push, huh? Only 20-minute flight. Oh, mind you. Yeah, it's just maybe a matter of just crossing the border, huh? Yeah. Yeah, of course. It's, you know, going to another airport, like take it up in the air, of course, yeah. Oh, that's good. Right, so I'm looking for the start switches up here. They're not up on the overhead, they're down here. So start switch to ground. And wait a little bit, because the engine needs to motor to 25% first before bringing the fuel in.
Set parking brakes.
Already? Oh, that was a quick push. That's good, that's what I want. So parking brake is set, stand by.
Waiting your confirmation.
So 25%, bring the fuel in. We got N2 oil pressure, N1 the EGT is rising, so that's good. Those engines are quite good actually. The CFM 56, I think. They are good engines for like an aircraft like the 737. It kind of gives like a good amount of performance. Right, so we got the starter cut out, that's good. And we'll start number 1. So start switch to ground. And then wait once again. Note N2 increasing. The oil pressure is increasing. The N1 is slowly but surely increasing. And then at around 25% N2, bring the fuel in. Here we are. The engine is turning, that's good. So although the push is complete, you have to wait until the engines have started and you've done the flow and make sure there's no defect before like you know, dismissing the ground crew, because if you have any issues and you can't get it sorted out and then you need to bring the aircraft back to the gate, very often, you know, either you would taxi yourself, so maybe you wouldn't need the ground crew to help, but if you need like some help, then at least the guy can speak to you and you can coordinate maybe to be pulled back into the gate, or you know, and speak to the engineer on the ground. So 246 0.3 there is good. So it looks like we've had 2 good starts. So we'll confirm with that and get the generators on. The probe heat comes on now. The anti-ice is not required, it's 26 degrees. The air pumps come back on. The air conditioning packs are switched on, isolation valve auto, and the APU bleed off, because we're not gonna need the APU very soon. The start switches to continuous.
Unlocking gear.
APU comes off. We'll check the recall, there's nothing showing there. Let's go flaps 5. Make sure these are in place, but and all the engine parameters are good, so we'll blank that. And for once I'll try to remember to set the trim and make it 6 units.
Left is clear.
So roll the wheel. Yeah, there'll be the usual Southwest snacks for that bud. Welcome back. Yeah, Le Touquet wouldn't be very far from where you are, yeah, indeed. Yeah, I remember flying to Le Touquet many years ago. That was a long flight for us. And on the way back we couldn't make it, yeah, so we had to drop the aircraft in the south of England and then take like a commercial flight all the way back. That was a little bit of a funny adventure, but yeah. Yeah, Le Touquet was nice. Right, let's go then. Taxi lights on. Adelante. So we'll go around what looks like Alpha. And yeah, Alpha around the loop. Alpha 7 and then go up. Probably via a little bit of Bravo there and then Vector all the way to Whiskey 8. There was no intersection numbers for the performance, so if you don't have the intersection numbers, then you have to go full length for the runway. So that's what we're gonna do. So clear left, clear right. We said we'll go on to Alpha, so slight left here. Config is good. Yeah, I mean, that bud, I've always been into flight simulation. That's probably actually what got me started. So to come and do it here from time to time, it's always good fun, you know. I will never like snub flight simulation, you know, far from it. Because that's what kind of got me started. So yeah, no, I enjoy it. And I don't see it so much as flying. It's a little bit funny, but I feel for me it's almost like a game. And I know that, you know, I go on about being realistic and all that stuff, and but it has this kind of fun side to it. So I don't feel like I'm at work at the moment. Basically, it's I just feel like I'm playing and I'm relaxing. So even though I do this as a job, and it's quite like a demanding, you know, job. When I come here and fly, even when I fly the 777 here on stream, I don't feel like I'm at work. I feel like I'm playing, relaxing, you know, enjoying my time basically. So. Hey Simfan, good afternoon. How are you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. So we got flaps 5, green light. We've got the trim at 6 units. Today I thought about the trim. Most of the time I forget about the trim, but today I thought about it. So that's good news. What else? Maybe we can put the weather radar on now. And we said we want to come off at Alpha 7 here. We'll come out here. Sliman, good evening, good afternoon. How are you doing? That bud. Oh, it's been a while. I mean, I'm not really counting, but it's been a while. So it's all part of the fun. That's Alpha 7. There's a little right turn. And then to the left onto Bravo initially, but there's only a tiny section of Bravo. And then it goes on to Vector, which we can see the sign here. That's the Vector turn. Here we are. Maybe one of these days it'll be nice to have a chat about the taxiway signs. You probably know what they are, but just lurking while working, no problem. It rhymes, that's good. You're lurking while working. It's a bit of a tongue twister as well. Lurking while working. So all good. Right, so before takeoff, flaps and stabilizer, yeah, cool. Yeah, Sliman, all is good, all is well. Thank you very much. It's a little bit early in the week for the next episode of the tour, but the rest of the week is gonna be busy, and as I said, I'm not gonna have the opportunity or too many opportunities to come here, so I thought I would do it now. And yeah, because actually we're flying from Tampa Bay. We're from Tampa Bay, not from Tampa Bay, from Tampa itself. We're flying from Tampa to New Orleans for week 8, And New Orleans has not played week 7 yet, so I'm a little bit ahead of the curve here. But yeah. I hope your day was not too bad, Sliman. Time to relax a little bit. It is 1 hour and 20 minutes, so shouldn't be too long. 36,000 feet. Easy enough. Right, so we'll line up to put all the lights, the strobes and navigation lights on. The auto throttle arm switch armed. And we need to... looking where I'm taxiing. Transponder. I think we're good. Tampa traffic, southwest 1114. Lining up runway 19 right. That was a funky turn. Oh, you're on ground. Have you managed to get to Algiers already, Leonon? This is 19 right, Whiskey 8. Beautiful. Hey, Starway, bonjour, ça va? Ça mousse, ça mousse. Right, so start switches are continuous. This is all set. Flaps 5, the trim, weather radar is on. Yeah, no, I think it's good. Tampa traffic, southwest 1114, rolling runway 19 right. Let's go! Let's go, let's go. I'll start the timing here. Let's get cracking. We'll go from Florida to Louisiana. We'll bring the thrust to about 40%. Let's stabilize. Hit the toga button on the joystick and off we go. Let's go! No. I know. Oh, that's the joystick. Joystick problem. We'll put change the thrust. I don't know why does that. Rotate. I'm not gonna abort the takeoff here because I want to do the flight. LNAV and positive climb, gear up. Thank you, Leonon. I'll do my best. So 500 feet we're supposed to turn now. 203 heading. So the LNAV is giving you the guidance, so you don't need to go heading select because it's in the departure database. So 203, that's gonna be the heading now. It's gonna roll the wings level. And we can put the autopilot now. Cool, so we'll simulate the heading now. Actually, we can go to the next waypoint. No need to fanny around. Direct to Sykes. Execute, and the LNAV is engaged. Yeah, today is a short flight from Tampa to New Orleans. We'll go flaps 1. But I don't want to do too many long flights. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I did 4 hours and 15 minutes, I think it was. Flight. Last week it was 2 hours and a bit. Today is a little bit shorter, you know. Yeah, no, for the takeoff there, Leonel, I mean, it's the joystick. Sometimes, if I don't move the thrust on the joystick all the way, then there seems to be like a little issue there going on. So we'll go auto brake off. Let's continue the climb actually. Press the button and go all the way to 3.6. It seems to do it as well, the issue with the joystick on the 737, so that's my bad. But yeah, I'm not gonna abort the takeoff. So, after takeoff checklist, start switches, actually, yeah, we don't need them anymore, so they can come off. The auto brake is off, the landing gear is up and then off. So that's the thing with the 737, with the gear, there are like 3 positions. There's like the down position, you've got the up position, and that bot, thank you very much for the follow.
Can you fly this plane?
Hope to see you from time to time. And then when you retract the gear from the up position, you need to bring it back to off to relieve some of the hydraulic pressure in the system. Altimeters are still set. Cool. So flaps, landing gear. And the packs are on, yeah. Cool. Let's go to New Orleans. Yesterday was 7 hours to Frankfurt from JFK. Oh wow. That's a long flight. Hey Rambi, how you doing? Good evening, good afternoon. Hope everything's okay. Not too busy. Mind you, we're talking about JFK to Frankfurt. For across the pond, the plan is to do JFK to Heathrow, so that's gonna be a long flight as well. Gonna be getting a little bit of sorbomaitis going on. So at 10,000 feet, we switch off all the lights now. That the fuel, we can put the fuel in the middle as I said earlier on, but it's not gonna do too much. We can release the passengers. The pressurization is still good. It's showing now. Once again, if you compare this to a clock, I should show something like 12:25, something like that. If you think the little needle here is representing the wrong direction. Yeah, the little needle is representing hours and the big needle like minutes. It looks like 12:25, 12:30, and the rate of climb here is about 500 feet per minute, so that's good. All the switches here are in the correct position, so packs on, bleeds on, isolation valve auto, and this one is still auto as well. Very, very important, otherwise you get the Helios. And then check the recall. So the recall has got the fuel. It's already burnt the fuel in the middle. So, happy days. Yeah, not bad. Thank you very much. Just flying away here, doing the next leg of the tour. So, all's good. And we can set the altimeters to standard now, I guess. Yeah, go. Climbing to 360. I'll have to come and fly in your part of the world again, Rambi. One of these days. I've not done the Thursday night event for a while. I think I'll have to come and fly in your part of the world once again. Well, when I say part of the world, we understand, you know. Well, I mean, it's more like the virtual side of things. Because I think, is it... I don't know if it's every week or there's like Kuwait to Dubai or Dubai to Kuwait with the full coverage. So I have to to do that one of these days. Wow, it's fantastic. This waypoint here is supposed to be 3,000 feet or above, and it does say at or above, and we're already almost at 19,000 feet, so I think we complied with the restriction quite easily. God. Let's have a look outside a little bit. I like that Southwest aircraft, it's cool. And it's got those reversed, well, winglets or whatever they are called. So the normal winglets, which kind of go up the way, also the second part that points down. Amazing aircraft. There we get some music. Come on, we like the music. Let me find. Gonna take a while. I got rid of the. We like the music. Come on. Unless it gives me. It gives me the adverts there. Come on, I don't want the adverts on this. Come on. I keep us pumped up. Yeah, I love it. I like that one. It's great. It's a great song. It's it gets your blood pumping. It's quite cloudy actually. There's a thick layer of cloud here. I mean now it's we are in the clear, so it's okay. But there's quite a thick layer of cloud there over the Gulf of Mexico already. If we look at Bolanta, we are already over the water there. There's Bolanta. St. Petersburg. There's no St. Petersburg in Russia. It's St. Petersburg in Florida. And then yeah, already over the water. That's the Gulf of Mexico already. Across to Pistol and then to New Orleans. So yeah, an hour and 20 minutes. I think there's a bit of headwind, so hence why the flight is a little bit longer than why it would be otherwise. So that's cool. Split tip winglets, yeah. Yeah, I like the winglets. I think they're quite cool like this. The 737 I used to fly only had the winglets pointing up the way. They don't have the one with both parts to it. So. Yeah, I like to do those flights in the US, you know. I kind of came up with this ID, and it kind of gives me a little bit of inspiration every week to do, okay, this week I'm gonna do this, next week I'll do that. All right. Yeah, I used to fly the 737 as well before, a long time ago. A long time ago now. makes me feel old speaking like that. But yeah, I flew the 737 before, and then moved on to the 777, which I've been flying now for 10 years. So the 737-800 mainly. Yeah, nice aircraft. It's a little Ferrari of the sky compared to the 777, which is highly automated. This one is nice because you still have a lot of things to do in the aircraft, a lot of checklists to run very carefully, because you could easily shoot yourself in the foot, so to speak. There's a lot of switches you need to make sure are in the correct configuration and all that stuff. So it's quite a demanding aircraft to fly, actually. And then when you have any technical issues, you've got the QRH, and it's a paper QRH. So the QRH is the Quick Reference Handbook. So basically a little book where all the non-normal checklists are, and you need to read all the checklists, yourself, instead of using the electronic checklist like on the 777. Make sure that you don't skip like a step, or it's tricky. Strato, buongiorno, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, it's it's going well, thank you very much. Hope you had a nice weekend. The Czech ride is getting closer. Getting very close. Oh, cool! Nice to see you. I hope the Czech ride is preparations are like going well. Yeah, getting ready for the Czech ride. It's Friday, is that correct? Yeah. So if I remember, it was the day before I crossed the pond, which is Saturday. Or maybe I'm off the scale, I don't know. Hey Dustin, he fell off the bed. What time is it for you, my friend? 6 o'clock in the morning. You fell off the bed. God. It's like the other day we watched Groundhog Day, 6 o'clock in the morning, he wakes up, na 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 na, I got you, babe. He wakes up every morning 6 o'clock, and it's the same day over and over again. Oh jeez. Oh no, it's on Thursday. Okay, got that one wrong. Dustin fell off the bed. Oh, you're already at the airport. Oh god, you like Dallas, huh? Oh, he's gonna be a little friend in Dallas. Gonna eat a lot of steak dinners. Don't forget to add a bit of variety, get some seafood or... Oh, it gets foggy in Bologna. Oh, that's not good. Is it in the morning or in the afternoon you're doing the ride? Hopefully, if you do it in the afternoon, then the fog hopefully will clear, but you never know, huh? It could linger all day. Above all, now we're going into the autumn/winter season. Yeah, 6 a.m. Super early. Wow. Oh, you scheduled for 10:30 UTC, so kind of, yeah, I see, yeah. So hopefully, even if it's foggy, maybe by 10:30 UTC we'll have cleared a little bit. Fingers crossed. Yeah, you're kind of in the middle, yeah. It should be alright, I think. And it's your decision to go ahead with the ride or not. The examiner is gonna tell. Is not gonna tell you, oh, Mr. Strato, you need to do the ride regardless. You have to come up to the examiner and say, okay, today the weather is good. We've got those conditions, METAR, TAFs, like this, like that, you know, they're looking good. Or on the other side, I know I'm not happy with the conditions, you know. You have to show that as the pilot in command, you make the decision regarding the weather and everything. They may have minima for the actual test, but as the pilot in command, you're the one who decides, you know, if you're going or not. So don't feel like you have to go somewhere if the weather is a little bit marginal, because if you get into bad weather and you have to start like descending and dodging low cloud and stuff, not great. And 1,000 feet to go. So this is real time, 1300, so morning time in over the Gulf of Mexico, and at least we've got daylight conditions, which is good. Hey X3, good afternoon. How are you doing? We've got FMC speed and VNAV path. Beautiful. How was the optimum actually? Oh, 380, that's good. Top of descent, 200 miles. Oh, fine. Beautiful. Yeah, you'll be fine. I mean, the school wouldn't put you through if they thought you wouldn't be able to do it. That's the base, that's the bottom line, you know. If the school thinks your instructor, if there's like a head of training or something, if they think that, well, if they put you through to do the test, they think you can do it. So it's not in their interest to put you through to the test, like thinking, I'm not sure this guy if he can do it, you know. Above all, because from what I understand, you've done all the training in the minimum amount of time, pretty much. So they wouldn't put you through if they thought you had no chance. If you had been struggling through the training, maybe they'll think, we'll make him do it and hope that maybe he's gonna manage to pass. Maybe the examiner will, you know, will be lenient, or he'll have a good day and it will be all right, because he's already done so much training that we can't, you know, have him do all this training all the time. He needs to kind of go for the test. But if you've done it in minimum time and everything, then yeah, as long as everything goes according to plan, then it should be fine. Yeah, exactly. It's not the right time to experiment with new things. Yeah. You have to stick to what you know on days like that. Oh, 60 knots. Yeah, 60 knots, decimal 79. That's why the flight time is a little bit longer today. I'm in a good position. I mean, I haven't been following the stream for nothing. Yeah. Oh man. So what will you do after this? Will you have a little break? Will you move on straight to the ATPL theory and all that stuff? What's I don't want to obviously like jump ahead, and because you still have to do the check ride and everything. I don't want to jinx it, or you see what I mean. But once you've done the PPL, do you have a little break, or do you move on straight away to the rest of the training? Oh, X3, you're at work. Yeah, I know the times are difficult, you know. I'm trying to find suitable times for everybody, but it's hard, you know. This is a little bit later than usual now for me, because normally I'm on by 1100Z. Today is a little bit later. And then I know that later on, sometimes by 18, 19, 2000, then it starts being a little bit late, maybe in the evening as well. It's tricky. Also straight into the ATPA theory and the hour building. Yeah, because you need to go up to about 150 hours, something like that. So you can definitely take me for a couple of rides. If I end up in your part of the world, I'll bring my helmet, my shoulder pads, and we'll go for a ride. You can give me a couple of rides. Yeah, that's exactly right. My PPL, you know, as the pilot in command. Even if that word might sound a little bit pompous, but at the end of the day, you're the one who's making all the decisions, who's making all the calls. You have to keep it safe. Don't try anything exotic, you know. Just do what you do, you know. Don't try to be too smart or anything. You won't get a medal for it. So yeah, the helmet, the life jacket, portable airbag, parachute, everything. Yeah, you can take this serious with the parachute, exactly. And I'll bring the oxygen as well. Definitely. Same thing for you, my PPL. If I come to your part of the world, I'll give you a shout. We'll go for a little ride. Oh, you've got a couple of SR-20s at the school. Oh, that's good. Yeah, they're nice aircraft, eh? Let me see if I can find a picture I could post. SR-20. I don't know, for the moment it's giving me engines. It's not engines. Why is it giving me pictures? Because it's an engine as well. Oh, here we are. Images. Good dress. Ah no, because that's through Google, sorry. I'm trying to post a picture with Google, but oh, I'll do it this way, hold on. It's a funky aircraft, I like it. A-20 plane. If I can put it on, sure, I'll be able to. Oh, it doesn't want to. Oh yeah, here it is. That's a nice aircraft. SR-20. 215 horsepower, 155 knots. 17,000 feet. So you definitely need the oxygen there. 700 miles. Useful load of 1,000 pounds. Nice. Nice interior. Leather seats. Cabin comfort. Oh, that's great. USB power. La 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 la. Premium details. Wow. Yeah, it's nice, huh? Very good. And the DA-40 as well, yeah. That's a really nice aircraft. Let's see if we can find the DA-40 on this. Oh, I like the DA-40 as well, I have to say. Yeah, here it is. Check this out. What does it come always with the... I like the winglets on the DA-40. They look almost like Airbus winglets. 5.1 gallons per hour, 154 knots as well, 16,000 feet as well. 940 miles. Wow. Designed for pilot satisfaction. It's a little stick as well. Nice. Oh yeah, check the inside. Wow. Oh yeah, that's pretty neat. And then you can have a little bit of payload at the back, like maybe a couple of bags or something. Very, very nice. Oh yeah, that's a neat aircraft as well. Just hold your breath. Yeah, cruising at 140 knots, but feeling like a fighter pilot. Yeah, you're like, you've got the stick there. Oh, yeah. Wow, it cost 900k. Let's see if I can find the SR22. Oh, here's the SR22. Performance and style. Still a single engine, huh? Yeah, much more powerful. 310 horsepower, 183 knots, 17,000 feet, 1,100 miles, 1,300 pounds of load. Wow. Fantastic. Oh, that's a nice picture. Taking people, yeah, let's go for a football game. Huh? Yeah, we'll take the aircraft, fly ourselves to the football game this afternoon. Yeah, very easy. You know, 99% of people will take a car, but yeah, let's just take our plane. You know, yeah. Well, come on, Johnny, go and jump in the plane. We'll go to the football game. Oh. Still with the stylish cabin. Still with the USB plugs at the back. And the parachute. Is that a real thing? Oh yeah. Innovative systems including electronic stability and protection, and the Cirrus airframe parachute system, CAPS, providing a wide array of protective layers to protect the pilot and passengers. And there's a video. I'm not sure if the video is gonna work. Oh yeah. Oh god, what is this? What did you get me into today, guys?
I heard him go over. Sometimes I'm asleep, sometimes not. And I heard him go over that morning.
42 Mike Bravo, Greensboro.
Greensboro?
Yes, sir.
Ah, you've got a stick.
Hold on.
No, I don't think Boeing will go to the stick, but Dustin,
Okay, I might have
I
40.
think they'll stay to the
morning
control
that-
column. But
The morning that it happened,
Got Lexington off your left side in 5 miles.
when
What
the
is
phone
this?
rang, I thought, that's odd.
what is this?
Summer heard me. She came in there and she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, your dad went down this morning.
42 Mike Bravo.
And I said, but he's okay.
242 Mike Bravo, turn
Oh
left.
yeah, because he's got the
I'm not calling it a
parachute.
crash. I call it an incident, and that's what the FAA called it. Because there was so little damage done to the airplane, they called it an incident. My name is Greg Huntley. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I work in the construction business.
18 years ago, he decided he was going to get his license.
I fly 5 days a week for work.
I wasn't crazy about it. Never have been, but it does save a lot of time. He gets home much earlier.
On that day, it was on October the 22nd of 2014. Everything was normal. I went to my hangar, and as I rotated, I just remember thinking, man, it is black.
I would like
Turn
to
left heading 320.
And
I would
about
like to
10 or
see
15
how it
minutes in, I
works.
reached up, cut the light on, looked at some paperwork. Everything's just normal. Around 6:17 in the morning, I heard a sound, and the prop stopped.
Uh-oh.
Right before I keyed up and declared an emergency, I just thought I had 5 minutes to live.
Hold on. Declare emergency.
Because I
It's a
knew
little
it'd
bit
take me about
dramatical
5
there.
minutes from 5,000 feet. I thought you need to get a hold of yourself. And I made a mental decision that at 3,000
Pull the
feet,
parachute.
if I didn't like what I saw, I was pulling the chute.
Yeah.
At 3,000 feet, I was still seeing black out of the windshield, so I informed the controller that I was going to pull the chute.
You might have pulled the chute here. What are you doing?
The thought came to mind, I've taken so many kids and their parents on their first airplane ride and non-pilots, and I briefed them on if something were to
Oh,
happen
wow.
to me. I want you to reach up
Hey, Crooner 777,
and
morning.
pull down on the handle. And then I tell them that you're going to float down under the canopy and you'll be fine.
Oh wow.
As I reached up that morning and I put my hands on that handle,
I was not aware of that stuff, to be fair.
I just thought for some reason it came over me. You
I'm
told them that
discovering
you would
as we
float
go
down.
along.
You're fixing to find out.
Wow, you got.
Pulling that chute was hard for him. I know it was.
There was a very loud explosion.
I am so thankful
You go pretty extreme nose down.
that he pulled the chute.
I don't think it was more than a minute till I hit the ground.
I think every airplane should have
But
it.
that's
And
then.
I could not believe. I said, what have I hit?
And it was very emotional when he got home.
And I looked at you're on the ground. And you're in a grass field.
But he grabbed me and we just held on for a long time and cried a little bit.
Obviously, after that, my phone was just exploding with text, phone calls, and
And it would be very emotional because we're all very, very close.
there's a lot of people that really care about you.
The parachute does work.
I'm living proof.
It kept my family together.
It only reinforces your belief in the airplane. I would get in it more
Yeah,
now.
that's pretty much it. Oh wow, that's unreal, man. Sorry, I missed some of the messages. Wow, the SR-22 900K it cost. Good God. That boat is very relaxed. That's good. And the DA-62 as well. Oh man. The SR-22 €1 million. Yeah. Oh God. The TB20 is 50-hour cost of €1,500 and 100 per annual cost of around 4,000. Yeah, it is an investment, so to speak. Definitely, yeah. A lot of zeros on the price. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta make a little bit of drama. Oh, We got a phone call. Oh. Yeah, but I was okay. No, the only thing I'm wondering, obviously in that story, he said the prop stopped turning, so initially it would have been gliding, but when he pulls the parachute, is it like just does the aircraft continue gliding, or does it just like goes like as if you were like parachuting like a box of, you know, a big container or something? It would just, you know, go down. And do you have any controls over the parachute? Because when you go parachuting, you know, you can pull the strings, so to speak, and kind of give some direction to the parachute. But from the aircraft, I'll be curious to know how it works. Yeah, like that. Imagine the size of the parachute for a 777. Yeah. I don't know if what sort of parachute they will be. It just slows it down and then vertical, no controls. Yeah, it's like no hands. Hey. Yeah, there's no controls over it. Huh? God. But I didn't know. I mean, because we kind of joke around and say, ah, yeah, if, you know, we can take the parachute and stuff, but I was not aware of something like that. I'm not trying to, you know, to bullshit you or something like that, if you excuse my French. I didn't know they could put like a parachute like that on a plane. When I'm talking about like parachute, I thought, oh, well, you can jump, you know, you can jump out, but you have actually the parachute attached to the aircraft. It's surreal. Anyway, I'll look at this a little bit more in depth another time, but I'm amazed. Wow. Cool. That's our top of descent coming up. Let's have a look. KMSY. What's the... Well, don't work too hard, Strato. If I don't see you before the ride, good luck. I'm sure everything will go according to plan. Cool, so let's see on the other side. At Tampa. Cool. Oh, there's no rival on this side. Nope. So where's that VOR? I'm a little bit puzzled. Oh, the HRV is close by then. I was looking at the charts there. Graph. Show overview, yeah? Maybe it's a good idea to show the overview. We're getting to HRV. Then there's no arrival, because the arrivals are here. So we're gonna have to make something. I think it says Arnav runway 20. Where's this one? Oh yeah, let's try this. Cool. Let's do something different. Cool, my PPL. Everybody needs to work. Don't work too hard and enjoy your evening when it comes to it. See you next time. So, let's do the Arnav then on runway 20. We'll go to departure arrival. New Orleans, Arnav Zulu 20, is it? Yeah, it doesn't say, but I think the other runway is closed, so we'll do 20, Arnav Zulu 20. And the chart there says via snaky. Yeah, let's do the snaky transition. And there's no star. What do we have on the display? Might be a discontinuity, yeah. So HRV. Actually, what we'll do, since there's a discontinuity, if we look at this, we're not gonna go all the way to HRV, so maybe from Fatso there we'll go to Snaky and then do the transition. So what I'm gonna do, let's take Snaky there and sneak it at after Fatso there. So at least the kind of trajectory looks reasonable. Yeah, it kind of makes some sort of a downwind. Instead of coming down here and then going back to the right, because HRV was about here from Fatso, it's better. It looks better. I'm hard at work, hardly working. That's okay. You have to take it easy from time to time. So, Snaky 4,000 feet is good. Ryup is at the top there. We'll probably come back on the speed at Ryup. We'll make it 170. And that's 4,000 feet. And then Jaspo is 2,000 feet and 6 miles to run to the runway. That's correct. Yeah, so got Ryup, Jaspo, and the runway. And that's what we have in the FMC. Ryup, Jaspo, runway. Yeah, that's correct. Cool. And then in case of a misapproach, we go to Poly and then to Safes. So Poly and Safes and hold there. 2,000 feet, I think. I'm 2,000 feet. Yeah, that's all it says. It's a shorter runway, but it's 737, so hopefully it's gonna work. For the when I'm saying it looks a little bit inefficient, it's just that the trajectory there looked a little bit funny because you kind of go a little bit close to the airport and then have to go back out, so you may as well take a direct and shortcut this little dog leg, if you see what I mean. There's no actually an arrival in the direction I'm coming from, so for like flight planning purposes they just put that VOR there at the end of the flight plan, and from there probably radar vectors anyway, so but it's not like for Sliman it's not a proper arrival here, so I guess on at the end of the flight plan route, then ATC will take you on radar vectors and then would bypass the whole thing at the end, because as I said, it's not published anyway. So right, what were the minima on this? 363. Good. So we'll round it up to 370 then. The weather is 2996, so we'll preset 2996 and we'll work out a VREF also. 4.1 plus 58 is 62.4. And we'll go for flap 40 because it's not like a long runway. And I have to look at the configuration as well, see if we can exit. Auto brakes 3, we're not gonna max it out. That's not Innsbruck. Taxi, airport. Oh yeah, we can vacate. So landing runway 20 there, 7,000 feet, 2,100 meters. And yeah, vacating at Sierra there. And then where do we go? There's not a lot of information on this. Airport info, takeoff minimums, obstacles. Oh, here are the gates. We're going to Charlie 7. Oh, so actually that's a good runway, because we're landing here and then go to Charlie 7, which is or Charlie 5, which is down here via Gulf. Okay, cool. If I look at the EFP as well, that's what we actually have in the sim. Then yeah, we go Sierra. Ah no, we have to go back up. Ah, okay. Go back up there and then down here, Charlie 7. Is that what Navigraph is giving us? Ah, but this is upside down. Oh god. Anyway, we'll see. Crazy. Let me go back. Yeah, I'm looking forward to cross the pond as well, X3. I think it'll be cool. I'm kind of following a little bit on the Discord, you know, what the discussion is about at the moment. As I put on the on my Discord server yesterday, they plan on different levels, so maybe 340, 350, mix everything up. Some of the routes, it looks like, will not cross, so that they can use, you know, the different routes more efficiently for capacity, I guess, because if too many routes were crossing each other, then at some point ATC cannot separate anymore, so they'll keep, like, you know, funneling the traffic in various directions. And what else? Yeah, no position report, all ADS-B simulated, so just cross the ocean as if you were on radar surveillance. Yeah, max auto brake will allow you to find out who's wearing the seatbelt. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, no, maybe not. Oh, there's on the 737, it's okay, you don't necessarily need it. Oh, you can get the landing rate in now, it's working cool. Yeah, you're doing Toronto to Paris, huh? Aren't you? So the route might be, I think, posted something like 6 hours before. I think they said between 6 and 12 hours before the event. They'll send everybody the routes. And you get your call sign. That I think you need to choose your cell call. So I don't know how much fuel you're expected to take. If there's gonna be a lot of holding at destination, or I don't know. I'll take maybe half an hour of extra fuel. Then I think if you're stuck on the fuel, then there'll be alternates nearby. Well, you know, there won't be anybody. So yeah, I'm gonna take half an hour or 45 minutes worth of fuel, plus maybe Manchester, since I'm going to London. Maybe Manchester as an alternate, something like that. So you can downgrade the alternate. If you put Manchester, for example, for Heathrow as an alternate, then you've got a lot of fuel, and you can use some of that diversion fuel, if you see what I mean. You then go to a closer alternate if needs be, so use a little bit more of that fuel to hold before diverting to a closer place, if that makes sense. So yeah. "90 minutes of holding plus 10 tons extra." Good. Yeah, you should be very good then. I remember when I did the previous one into Boston, when I had that crash landing, there was no holding. I was really surprised, you know. They kept us. There was another guy on the ground in Paris. They kept us on the ground for like an hour. They delayed the departure, and then they managed to slot us in. And once, you know, on the descent into Boston, there was hardly anybody. So I'm very early in the day. I think my slot is around 11:30 ZIL or something like that. So I'm very early, I think, in the proceedings. I think the first flights leave from Miami and Atlanta, you know, so the more southern routes around 10:30 Zulu or something like that. From New York, I'm going at 11 and a bit, so I think should be okay. I'll be ahead of the crowd. But I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good one. Oh, so you're leaving a good hour and a half before. Oh, wow. Oh, that's good. Oh, Creamy, you're flying the 737-200 from Ibiza to FNC. Oh, FNC, is it Funchal? Yeah? Funchal. Cool. Which is not as bad as what it used to be many years ago. Now the runway has been extended, and I mean of course the situation, the geographical situation of the airport is still the same, because you're still kind of sitting on the edge of the island with the mountains nearby, and therefore you get all the shifty winds and stuff. But at least as far as the runway is concerned, it's a much better airport nowadays. And they've got also like better procedures. I think there's one of those curved RNAV approaches and stuff, so it gets you in a better position without working as hard. Yeah, I wouldn't be I wouldn't be too exotic in the choice of aircraft for cross the pond, you know. I will take an aircraft that can fly the route over the ocean with a good FMC, a good autopilot that does everything, you know, the way things are supposed to be done. If you try to be exotic, then it might become a little bit of a pain in the backside for the controllers. And so yeah, I would definitely stick to a good aircraft which you've flown before, and nothing exotic where you've got to do fancy navigation procedures and stuff. But once again, that's just me, you know. One thing they talked about, which I mentioned on the Discord, is like something like that. The waypoint with half degrees, so for example north 54 and 30 seconds, and then west, let's say 060 or whatever. And this is not working. Why no? Is it not working? Let's try again. Should be working. West 60. So yeah, and the aircraft, they would definitely work, but here it doesn't. So you have to find a way to get these waypoints in the FMC. I'll have to look at it. Maybe on the 737 it's not possible. Maybe on the 777 it will work. But yeah, because you don't want to find out, you cannot do it on the actual day of the event. So it's maybe good to have a go. Just fly around, or even from the ground, try to insert those half-degree waypoints. Not really sure why it doesn't work. North 54 north, unless you do it the other way around, but shouldn't be, because if you do north 50 west 060, then it's gonna take it. Yeah, it's making a point obviously we don't want to go to. So why north 50, maybe 0.3? I doubt it though, unless the FMC is not capable of doing it. No, I don't know. Yeah, that's the thing. It's I see where they're coming from, because it's derived from real-world procedure. You've got now these reduced lateral separation over the North Atlantic, where they use half degrees. So it's a real procedure. However, if in the sim you cannot do it, then it's a bit of a pain in the backside. And although they kind of been warning people to get ready for it, I'm sure a lot of people will not have read, you know, the notices and all the messages about it. So, hey, Speedbear 540, good afternoon. So yeah, so if you're doing cross the pond, then you've been warned. Get those half degrees waypoints ready, just in case. I think they said it doesn't apply to all the routes. I think it's only on certain routes. But if it applies to your route, then you'll be stuck. You don't think you have those half degrees? Ah, good. This is the approach. Very strange, but very fun. Let's have a look. Oh wow, where is that? I flew into VILH. Oh wow. Where's VILH? VI, I know it's in India, so from Innsbruck to India you flew? Wow. Amazing. Leh, North India, yeah. Oh wow. Cool. Right, we'll put the seatbelt sign on again. So far so good, huh? So decent checklist wise. Try to keep things. Land altitude is set, the recon will check auto brake, landing VRF is set and minimums. Approach briefing completed, yeah, okay, cool. All is checked. So yeah, Armav approach runway 20. I've got a web page there with the no times, it says runway 20, so runway 20 it will be. Yeah, it's pushing the range on the 7.3 indeed. From Austria to India, you're really pushing the range. Yeah, I'll try to go back to the half-degree waypoints. I'll try on the 777, but here I don't see why it doesn't work. Definitely doesn't. If you go north 54, west 060, then it is gonna work. So the format in itself is correct, but yeah. Anyway. Oh, let's try this. Good suggestion. X3, so north 47 15.4. West 008 03.4. Oh yeah, yeah. So if we've got half a degree, then we'll do north 47 30.0, west 060, you know. That's what I don't get. Yeah, these two there, you will save a lot of fuel indeed, yeah. You will give yourself a big fright though. Yeah, no, I'll have to. What you have to be aware of for those half-degree waypoints is that it only applies to the first part, to the latitude section of the waypoint, not the longitude. So only to the north part of it. Over the Atlantic, the waypoints in terms of longitude will be like west 60, west 50, west 40, etc., etc. So. See what you mean. So let's try again, because I suspect that if it works on this, it will work on the PMDG 777 as well. So 060, for example, 0.0. No. You put another 0. So 0600 basically, 0.0. No. But I forgot the. I know I've got it here. No, 30. No, hold on. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not gonna go on about that. QNH 2996. Oh wow, 10,000 feet. Oh wow, that's very high airport. Yeah, that's where you realize with the altitude how penalizing it is on the performance, because you cannot, you have to use the whole runway to get going, yeah. That's amazing. God. Yeah, for these high altitude airports, there are like some certification and some, how can I put that? The aircraft are adapted to fly to these aircraft, because not most of the time the pressurization system cannot cope with that. And as you said, you've got like you're getting a cabin altitude warning already and all these things, so yeah. And the simulator here, if you try to fly from a high altitude airport with, like, I don't know, a Cessna 152, or not in MSFS because it's not done realistically, but in prepared, if you try to fly with a single engine aircraft high altitude airport, I don't know, you go to Quito or Bogota or even like to La Paz, or man, it's gonna take forever for the aircraft to accelerate. You can definitely feel it. And I did like a video on YouTube a long time ago about like you know, flying at high altitude, and I took off exactly with the same numbers, same weight, everything, from Amsterdam, which is obviously sea level, full thrust, the aircraft like, you know, it's like a rocket, and you take off in no time. And then you put the aircraft in the same conditions in La Paz in Bolivia, which is at 12,000 feet, and you can feel the difference. The aircraft takes quite a while to accelerate and everything. That's really well simulated. That was a good challenge, Spielberg 540, definitely a good challenge. You pushed the plane quite far there from Innsbruck, which is a short runway as well, so to lift a fully loaded 737, that was a good challenge. Right, so that's gonna be 10,000 feet. We'll switch on these lights, check the fuel. Yeah, the pressurization is coming back, that's good. And check the recall one more time. Right. Yeah, that's correct, Dustin. Normally high altitude airports have longer runways because they need to factor in, you know, the elevation, the high density altitude, and since it takes more time for the aircraft to accelerate, then you need a longer runway, of course. I'm not sure what the longest runway in the world would be, or like also in terms of altitude. I think, for example, in La Paz in Bolivia, which is about 12,000 feet, the runway is quite long. The runway is probably more than 4 kilometers or something like that. Yeah, it's true. It's true, because of the topography of all the terrain around. The runways sometimes are a little bit restricted, and therefore you cannot have a long runway. It's true. In that case, you can still maybe take off from there, but then in terms of payload, you know, how heavy the aircraft can be to take off, it's restricted. So, for example, that's why you know, I was talking about La Paz in Bolivia. That's why from there you cannot fly, for example, directly to Spain. Which would be like a kind of typical long-haul route for like a Bolivian airline or for like Iberia or something, because the aircraft would be too heavy to be able to take off. So they need to go to another airport which is lower down, and from there, you know, refuel again and then depart for the long-haul flight. Yeah. Instead of the parachute, now it's the catapult indeed. I did that on stream once. I think it was in Nice, trying to play with the slewing mode, and the aircraft went. I think the controller in Nice was very impressed that day. That was the classic. Just went. I was trying to be smart because the controller asked for a certain pushback direction, which I couldn't do with FS2 Cruise. So I said, hold on, I'll use the slewing function. So slew the aircraft, and when I released the slew, the aircraft headed out towards the Mediterranean. That was a funny one. Yeah, the ground speed readout was That was great. Not saying much of New Orleans. It's quite humid, a lot of moisture in the air, a lot of cloud. We'll see. I'm not doing a lot of RNAV approaches on this, so that's gonna be good to 20 minutes to boarding time. In the US, you get on planes like you get on the bus. It's very quick, very easy. I'll always remember once on JetBlue, you know, basically like running through the doors, get it on the plane, they close the doors, and off you go. You know, it was like getting on a bus almost. Very efficient. In Europe, you have to check in early. They close the flight an hour before. You need to be at the gate like by, I don't know, 20-25 minutes before the actual departure time. Now in the US, that time, I remember, get on the flight with 10 minutes to departure time, get in the seat, like fasten the seat belt, in and out. A couple of minutes later, the flight closes, whoop, 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 off you go. And a lot of people like arrived at the last minute like that and still left on time. So hey, Airborne 9, how are you doing? Welcome back. Right, so 1,000 feet to go. You need to stay above 4,000 feet. So let's see how the aircraft does that. Yeah, 20 minutes is tough. 20 minutes to do a turnaround in 20 minutes. It's really tough. Yeah, today the 737 just for a change. Southwest today. Lovely aircraft. With those fancy winglets, the dual winglets. Oh, that's the screenshot of the arrival. Let me have a look. Oh, wow. Great. Looks interesting. Oh, it's reducing the speed. Let's go flap 1. Open the speed window. Oh, no, it's here. Oh, damn. I think this is like 777. And we'll go flaps 5. He checks flaps 5. Right, and since we're approaching 4,000 feet, then we can make it 2,000 now, which is the next step. We are in VNAV path, so it's gonna comply with 4,000 feet here. We are in the soup, but it's 24 degrees, so no need for engine anti-ice. Very cloudy. Yeah, now it's a very shallow descent, really. Still pouring rain. Oh yeah, I saw in San Francisco the last night. Yeah, last night for the 49ers game, they had this atmospheric belt. Is that the way they were calling it? It was just like one band of rain from the Pacific Ocean, just clipping like San Francisco area, but then a little bit further north, a little bit further south, it was clear. It was just like one band of rain. That was amazing, a lot of rain. Inbound, it's inbound. 197. Okay. Yeah, I think they call that atmospheric belt, which is a term I'd never heard before. Oh, we got the water. There's some sort of a lake or something, I think. Yeah, it's Lake Pontchartrain, which sounds very French. Lake Pontchartrain, oui oui. I mean, Louisiana, of course, has a bit of a French heritage to it. Right. Oh, it was a little bit funky on the turn there. Right, so now we can set the minima. So I'll set 370 or 400 on this, yeah, because you cannot set 10 miles to run. We can see the runway now, it's good. Yeah, that's good. Is that with Speedburn 540? Is that with Active Sky? Over the mountains, you can well imagine, you know, when you're at altitude and you've got those high mountains, if the wind is a little bit strong, then that's going to create some turbulence because the terrain, relatively speaking, is much closer to you. Those mountains like peak very, very high. So we'll go gear down, flaps 15, arm the speed brakes, start switches are continuous, recall is checked, speed brake armed, landing gear down, auto brakes is 3, holding at flaps, and we'll come back on the speed as well. Then initially go flaps 25. When using flap 40, and then because the flap limit speed is 162, you need to wait a little bit. We're passing 160 and it's reducing, and go for flaps 40, and then set the VRF plus 5. So now we have flaps 40, green light, landing lights on. New Orleans traffic southwest 1114, short final runway 20. Checklist complete. Before dinner, coffee, checklist complete. Flap 25 on the 737, wow. Otherwise too much drag, huh? Yeah. That shows you how extreme it is, huh? Right, we'll disconnect the autopilot. And the thrust is here, no? No. Ah, bugger. What am I doing? Oh, the thrust is here then. And I'm not looking at what I'm doing. Oh no, it's keeping the... let's do it like that. Because on the 737 you... everybody's starting to go... The 737 you have to disconnect the auto throttle, really. And it would be nice to reset that as well, 2000. And I'm doing several things at the same time.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Dunk. X3. What was the damage? Not bad. It's the usual 737. I thought I had the shortcut to disengage the auto throttle. I kind of got distracted here. Welcome to New Orleans. You had like a bug strike here. Taking Tom Brady to New Orleans. Right, so here we are. Where are we supposed to go? Oh yeah. So first here, on the right. And then around the corner. No, so those lights we don't need anymore. Taxi light on, the runway turn off can on, this can come off. The strobes we don't need. Auto brake can be switched off. What else? The speed brakes. Yeah, can retract. Right, so we'll turn left here. And it's Bravo 7, huh? I think I said. Yeah, I got the safe dock. Hey, Speedman 540. We'll see you soon. Thanks for popping in. See you next time. Yeah, for some reason I can't. I mean, the approach was a little bit funky at the end because I got distracted with the simulator functions and stuff. But yeah, I can't get any less than 200 pretty much on this. So that's the for the landing rate prediction. If you're aiming for 200 and a bit, then you'll be good. I can't get any less than that unless you start floating it, but landing is not about floating it and trying to do a greaser. It's to put it down. So right, we'll start the APU. Forgot the APU. There's no FS to crew there. Switch off the taxi lights now.
You're a traffic choice on road 228 on approach runway 2.
Bravo 9, and then it's gonna be Bravo 7. Cool. Yeah, what could go wrong, indeed. That's the line. 737. Don't stop. Oh, it stopped. Come on. Oof. Ten, 9, 8, 7. 3, 2, 1, stop. Whoa, too far. Yeah. Cool. Everybody is at the back, like ready to go. Roy, no, I don't have the 200 ER. Possibly for the same reason as you're mentioning, is that I don't see the justification in the price, to be fair. If you've got already the 200 LR and 300 ER, then I think the 200 ER is a little bit, you know, unnecessary. And the having the EFB, I don't think justifies the whole thing. Yeah. Tom Brady is ready to go like. Whoop. It's done on purpose. It's not that it doesn't play very well. Here we are. Cool. We'll shut down the aircraft. The fuel pumps will come off. The window heat will come off. Bob heat off. Electric pumps. We'll put some air in the cabin. Flight directors can come off as well. That's pretty much it. Transponder can go back as well. Back to standby. Standby. No, I think it's more than reasonable to think that it's a little bit much, you know. Plus, they tried to be funny and they made the price, I think, $77.72. You know, 777 200, so 777 200. So we'll make the price $77.72. Maybe for the 737 when it comes out on MSFS, they'll make it $73. 70 something.
Neolus traffic, Charlie Golf 228 on final approach runway 02. Neolus traffic.
Anyway, you see what I mean. Cool. That's it. Welcome to New Orleans. Volanta is registered, yeah. Second person to arrive there today. That's good. All the information, statistics. No screenshots today. Yeah, not bad. Over at the lake. And cool. It looks quite close to the city, actually. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, $90. Wow. Yeah, it's a little bit pricey. $737, definitely. They won't sell many. For $737, yeah, they won't sell very many, yeah. But I suspect, I don't know. I don't have any information, and it's just like a suspicion. But maybe they'll make it $73. They did say that it wouldn't be too expensive, so yeah. There you go. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to shoot off. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the flight to New Orleans, and until next time, probably I guess for across the pond, I would imagine, because I don't think I'll have time to be back before then. But I'll see you for across the pond on Saturday. I'm hoping to be on by yeah, 10:30 Z, something like that, because the takeoff time is 11:30 and a bit, so I'll try to be on with plenty of time so I don't have to rush. Adios, Dustin. Leonel, have a good day. Bon dia. Roy, CTP, yeah, CTP on Saturday should be a good one. Gonna get some like sorbomitis. So I have to find a way to manage the sorbomitis on Saturday. Anyway, thank you again for joining me. Appreciate it. Said it does matter to me that there's at least like a decent audience, and I'm not talking to myself here. Take care. Enjoy the rest of the week, and we'll see you on Saturday for Cross the Pond. Very exciting. Until then, enjoy. I'll see you next time.